the young and the restless spoilers. There's something down in that wine cellar, Victoria said, her voice resolute. I need to know what he's hiding. Will you help me, Cole? Cole nodded, his loyalty to Victoria unwavering. Of course, Victoria. Let's figure this out together. The plan was simple yet risky. They would sneak into Victor's mansion under the cover of darkness. Victoria knew all the passwords to the security systems, making it easier to navigate the house undetected. They waited until late at night when Victor would be asleep. As the clock struck midnight, they set their plan into motion. Dressed in dark clothing, they made their way to the mansion. The night was still, the air heavy with anticipation. Victoria's hands trembled slightly as she entered the code to disable the security system. A soft beep indicated success, and they slipped inside, moving with the stealth of shadows. The house was eerily silent, the only sound the soft padding of their footsteps on the carpet. They crept through the halls, careful to avoid any creaking floorboards that might betray their presence. The wine cellar loomed ahead, its door a dark sentinel guarding Victor's secrets. Victoria took a deep breath and slowly turned the knob. The door swung open with a soft creak, revealing the dark, musty cellar beyond. They stepped inside, the darkness swallowing them whole. Victoria pulled out a flashlight, its beam piercing the gloom. As the light swept across the room, it landed on a figure lying on the cold stone floor. The figure let out a low moan of pain, stirring slightly. Victoria's heart pounded in her chest as she approached, her flashlight revealing the haggard face of Jordan. Her eyes were filled with pain and fear, her body trembling with each breath. Victoria knelt beside her, pressing a finger to her lips to signal for silence. Jordan, it's me, Victoria. We're going to get you out of here, but you have to stay quiet, okay? Jordan nodded weakly, her eyes reflecting a mixture of relief and fear. Victoria glanced at Cole, who stood guard near the door, his ears straining for any sound of movement. Their relief was short-lived. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps echoed down the hall, growing louder with each passing second. Victor had woken up. The door to the cellar burst open, and Victor stood there, his face a mask of rage, a gun clutched tightly in his hand. What the hell do you think you're doing? He bellowed, his voice thunderous in the confined space. Get out of my house, now. Victoria stood her ground, her heart racing. Dad, we need to talk. You can't keep doing this. Jordan needs medical help. You can't just keep her locked up down here. Victor's eyes blazed with fury. You don't understand, Victoria. This is my house, my rules. Now get out, or so help me. Before he could finish his threat, Victoria raised her phone, her thumb hovering over the emergency call button. Dad, if you don't put that gun down and let us take Jordan to the hospital, I'll call the police. You don't want that, do you? The room was tense, the air thick with unspoken words. Victor's grip on the gun tightened, his knuckles turning white. For a moment, it seemed as if he might not relent, but then, slowly, he lowered the weapon, his shoulders sagging with defeat. Fine, he growled. Take her. But remember this, Victoria, you and Cole are no longer welcome in this house. Victoria nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. We'll leave, Dad. But you need to get help too. This anger, this need for revenge, it's destroying you. With Victor's reluctant acquiescence, Victoria and Cole helped Jordan to her feet. They moved quickly, supporting her frail body as they made their way out of the cellar and into the cool night air. The tension of the past few minutes lingered, a heavy weight on their shoulders. As they drove to the hospital, Victoria couldn't help but glance back at the mansion, its dark silhouette a stark contrast against the night sky. The place that had once been her home now felt like a prison, filled with secrets and lies. She knew that their actions tonight would have lasting repercussions, but for now, they had done what they believed was right. Jordan was admitted to the hospital, her injuries treated with the utmost care. The police were notified, and an investigation into her actions and Victor's treatment of her would follow. But for now, Victoria and Cole could only wait, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that their lives had been irrevocably changed.